Any other questions? Yes.
John, does the Mayo Clinic have a policy on staff doing missionary work?
No, but basically speaking, well, they won't cover the expense. You go on your own, and you have to take your time, your own time. You take vacation for that, and that works out all right. I'll tell you how it works sometimes. I went to Haiti years ago, and Haiti is easily the poorest country in the Western Hemisphere, and we held clinics and did surgery and so forth. And they were extremely appreciative, but they had a hard time keeping up with things. And so I asked them if they'd like to have CME courses. They said yes, they'd very much like them. And with the help of my colleague Bob Stanhope, many of you know him, we developed a faculty of 6 Mayo Clinic physicians, and because they were going on instructional, that was covered. Their expenses were covered. They were doing legitimate continuing medical education. And that went on for 3 years, and then the situation became so fragile that it was too risky to, yes.
Yeah, I might just say that with Bob Stanhope, I actually got to go to Haiti with him in the year 2001, and I agree with your understanding of the condition of Haiti. It was kind of a fourth world country in a good day, but because of their work, it was the Haitian Medical Association that invited Mayo physicians to go. We did a full week of CME, which was really great because they were the ones who were going to be staying there to carry on work, and they wanted to know. And I was very actually impressed by the training and the background. Many of these physicians in Haiti had trained in France and had a lot of skills. They had limited resources to use, but it was a way to have a collegial relationship with those who were going. And then one of our other colleagues at Mayo, Dr. Louis Roberts, who is a Ghanaian, and his wife's an epidemiologist. He's a gastroenterology specialist there, has for now 11 years, since 2000, led groups of physicians, mostly but not entirely from Mayo, to do CME courses there. I was invited, and Phil went with me actually, in this good way of how people can do things from other perspectives. So we had a week-long course that we did in Kumasi City in the north, and there were over 400 indigenous physicians, mostly from actually from all over the Cote d'Ivoire and Burkina Faso, both English and French speaking among the colonial. And we had a wonderful week there, and they did a sort of ethics, spirituality thing in the evening, and Phil went with us. And so we had a psychiatrist from Mayo and an indigenous pastor, Christian pastor from Ghana, and Phil was a theologian, and then some people were doing incredible work, indigenous physicians around in very current conditions. And we had an all-night, or all-evening, I should say, panel that went on probably for about 3 hours, but it was really a great experience.
Well, I've been interested in this for a long time and have gotten to know a great many people who've gone. You'd be amazed how many Mayo Clinic people go. Unsung, on expense, did everything ready, and I mean, literally, I'd be surprised if it wouldn't be 100 or 200 if not in a given year, in a couple of years, and do a tremendous amount of good. And I tried to get the alumni magazine to make a register of all the people who've done this. So, and we're gradually making progress that way. But so that if anybody was interested, say, in going to Ghana or whatever, they look at our register and say, oh, John Smith was in Ghana, he'll know, and so you call him and get the information from him, and it works out very well. It's just a little slow, but I'm pleased that there has been as much support as there has been. The clinic has not made it difficult for us. You just have to do your own expense and take vacation. Well, fine. Any other questions? Yes?
I think that the last sentence on the board is tremendously meaningful. Would you care to comment more about the rewarding aspect of it?
All right. Well, I guess I was motivated by the fact that I grew up in China and in Beijing. And I saw what was done there, even though I was a kid. That was from 1 to 14. And my parents were missionaries, and they were very much concerned. They had an enlightened outlook. There was none of this superior patronizing business. It was all caring about the patients. And I have to say that being a person of faith, I really think is part of my obligation, and also that at the same time, the faith message can be brought, and as often as much as in any way, by the way people are treated with respect and concern and compassion. And I find that tremendously satisfying. I'm so glad. I didn't feel like I was doing a big deal. I was privileged to do it, and still feel that way very much. Thank you for the question.
John, we have had this discussion on our spirituality and healthcare committee at Mayo, which is a saying of St. Francis of Assisi, which I think is maybe apt in the setting. It said, preach always, use words if necessary. But it's kind of that concept that what you do is really...
Francis of Assisi said that, yeah.
Yeah.
Preach the gospel at all times, when necessary, use words. And that's something we can all take and hopefully remember about when we're here. Anything else? You've been very patient. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.